Good morning.
Something going on?
Little bit. How was your weekend? What was the story of your weekend, James?
I worked both days.
Yeah, you had all Friday night, though. At least you didn't have to pull a double on Friday.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Slacker.
Yeah, I don't know. Just a lot of hanging out with Skylar and work.
Yeah.
much. I mean, what does anybody do anymore in this new world we live in?
I'll tell you what, at least this weekend, it was a great sports weekend. It started 6 o'clock on Friday night. You start with the Sixers, last preseason game, sloppy, as expected on the last preseason game. Yes, fun to watch. You know, they pull out a win in Indianapolis against Indiana. But from that to Saturday with the college football games.
Notre Dame stinks.
Some really good college basketball. Gonzaga, Iowa was a good game. Gonzaga pulled it away. But, yeah, two good teams.
Gonzaga's awesome. That kid Suggs is
Suggs is a player. The big kid on Iowa's decent. I love the way they move the ball. That's all fun. So you have all that. You have the college football scene all day. And then yesterday, of course, I guess the topic of conversation will be the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about the play of Epps in the secondary. I thought he had a nice game.
We could talk about Charlie Woods.
Charlie Woods, yeah, he was out there.
Oh, my God, that was awesome.
Jalen Mills had a good game. Isn't that your lead story?
Is Jalen Mills an NFL player? Am I missing something here?
I think he's an NFL player.
Okay.
I thought he was actually solid yesterday.
Yeah, I'm still looking at him whiffing on the at the feet of I think it was DeAndre Hopkins, whatever. I don't know. I see Jalen Mills make a play here and there, and it so stands out because he never makes any other plays. And then, of course, he celebrates. But
considering how banged up that secondary was yesterday, it was almost a good game for them.
Yeah, I mean,
almost.
No, I hear you. They give up 33 points. They get 2 turnovers in the red zone. If they don't get them, I mean, you're talking about Arizona scoring almost 50.
Yeah.
But they played hard with all the injuries they have.
So that's the lead today,
but
right?
not to bury the lead, as they say in the old business. Not to bury the lead. We went from talking about a spark. We leaped over controversy. And now we're at definitively saying by many people, oh, what's the big deal? He's the quarterback of the future.
Yeah, this is turning into a disaster in many ways. I've heard some people talk about 2 games of an NFL player like you have to hand the keys to the kingdom over to him. And I say this as a Jalen Hurts fan and supporter and all of that. I loved the draft pick, oddly, at the time. We got to relax here. Like, I understand the situation that it is. This is 2 NFL games.
Yeah.
2.
And the reaction is the likes I've never seen. And, look, I'll go to our good friend Michael Barkan, who, I've been friends with for many, many years.
Michael B.
My God. Post-game show. Oh, here he is. Like, screaming about how great Jalen Hurts is. Look, he's had 2 really good games. And, look, is it fun? More fun than we've had in any previous game, obviously, this season. The most fun we've had maybe in 2 years. Now, Carson Wentz, final 4 games last year, that was a lot of fun. You needed those wins, and he got them. Can we step back for a minute? Can we step back and say, instead of saying, Jalen Hurts is the guy, that's it, you got to trade Carson Wentz. All right, easy. Yeah. Take a look at him for a couple of more games. And even if he continues to perform very well, I still don't know that that's the definitive answer.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to work under the assumption here that these next 2 games, he looks the quality he's looked in his first 2 games. Even then, still, 4 games versus 4 years of a track record is a hard decision for this franchise to make. The Adam Schefter piece that comes out Sunday morning certainly indicates that Carson's not interested in competing. And
I wouldn't go that far.
He wants the job.
Really,
that's what I read from it. He's not interested in competing for his job.
Look,
he doesn't want to be a backup. Well,
nobody wants to be a backup.
Well, yeah, sure, but you've shown nothing this year that indicates you should not be in competition.
No, I agree with that. So
why is that coming out in season?
I am not doubting Shefty's reporting at all.
No, of course not.
Somebody said that Carson isn't interested in competing, that maybe this should be his job. I have seen nothing on the football field that doesn't tell me Carson Wentz isn't competitive. Right? I haven't seen that at all. Now,
why is that coming out in season?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it could be a myriad of things. And then our own Rob Motti comes out and says, no. Carson Wentz, I have a report that says he doesn't want to leave here. He has a lot of foundations and stuff here. And I know you and I were talking earlier about not wanting to leave here.
Nobody wants to.
Is totally well, nobody wants to be a backup either. That's what I'm saying. So I think there's a 50-50 balance here. And you know what? If I'm the Eagles right now, I don't care. I don't care what you say, Carson Wentz. If that's what you said.
The second day of the offseason is when his bonus kicks in, so they need to care.
Yeah, no matter what, they're going to take a huge hit next year in the salary cap. No matter what.
Unless he's your quarterback.
If
you're still paying him, I understand that, but it's not a sunken cost.
Right, sunken cost, no matter the cost. See, no matter the cost, you're paying it. The question is, are you paying it and still having your better quarterback in the game, which might be Jalen Hurts, which might mean Carson Wentz is carrying a clipboard or carrying the iPad.
Might also be the better quarterback.
Exactly. So that's why I think going into this offseason, okay, you've had a little controversy hit you in the ass, Carson, and if true what you say, if true to the extreme of what Shefty reported that he wants out because he doesn't want a competition, okay, then you're right. In your bye-bye, I don't want that lingering here. That's not conducive to the football team.
I've said a couple weeks ago, I think the best scenario is there's a open quarterback competition next year.
I'm still there, yeah.
I'm not there.
No.
Because I don't think if Jalen Hurts wins, you've completely lost any hand in a Carson Wentz trade that you have. And if Carson Wentz wins, I think you can't have Jalen Hurts as his backup because you've shown that you kind of need to be handled with kid gloves here. And you can't have Jalen Hurts on the sideline looking over him in this ravenous media market every week.
Well, then
he'll mentally break.
Well, then if you can't have him, then you get what you can for him, Jalen Hurts. And to your point,
that's an option.
To your point of saying it was a good pick, maybe that's exactly what you were looking for. My thinking is that, all right, Carson Wentz got a fire lit under his butt, and it's one that he never saw coming, whatever it may be. The way he handles it in the offseason in a quarterback competition, which both you and I used to think, I still do think, was the best way to go.
I think Hurts has played too well for it to be a quarterback competition at this point.
Well, but you just got done saying it's only 2 games.
I know, but I don't think you can put it back in the bag.
You don't think you can say it's an open competition? You go in. Do you have to go into the offseason saying Jalen Hurts is your starter?
I'm at the point where I believe both these quarterbacks cannot be on the roster next year.
All right.
I really believe that.
So before a quarterback
decision, before there's a quarterback competition in training camp, it is not conducive to either guy being here if they're both going to be on the roster.
So what do?
You have to make the right decision.
What do you do?
I tend to lean on 4 years of a track record more than 4 games.
Wow. So you're not that you're giving up on Jalen Hurts, but you're getting the most you can.
I think you could potentially get a first-round pick if he plays lights out these next 2 games. I think you could potentially trade him for a late first-round pick.
See, now here's now I swear. So last night we were all going back and forth, and we're all talking and all this, and it's gone through my mind all last night. I couldn't sleep. I have Sunday insomnia. It is the worst. I've had it since I was a kid. It just came back.
They call that the Sunday scaries, Bob.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had it. I had it when I was in school, when I was young.
That's
Sundays,
probably where it came from.
Crazy. Then it kind of went away. But now that I get up real early for this job again, I have it, and I can fall asleep on Sunday night. I fall asleep not too bad. I'm up an hour later, and I told you I woke up. I had probably like 2 hours sleep, and I'm just laying there in bed. So my mind was spinning, and I was like, all right, what side am I taking here? I'm not sure really what to go. So I'm thinking today I'm devil's advocate. And then I read your tweet. You can't start this season while you were doing the show last night, the postgame show. You can't start this season with both next season with both quarterbacks on the roster.
You're devaluing either one by having both.
Wow. That's tough because you better damn well be sure who you pick.
This decision that they're going to be forced to make is like this is going down in the annals of Eagles history.
Yeah.
The direction in which you come out of this will be talked about for the next 50 years.
Yeah.
And that's not a dramatic statement. You're choosing, and look, they made their bed by choosing Jalen Hurts and putting themselves in this situation. You're choosing the direction of your franchise right now, and it's, do I go with the guy that's shown me some brilliance in 4 games? This is working on the assumption these next 2 games he's not a disaster. Or the guy for 4 years that showed me he was a potential franchise cornerstone / MVP season in 2017 and had one bad year coming off a major concussion incident.
Right.
That's it. I do not envy them having to be in that position because they have to get that right.
They have to. They have to get Carson Wentz right. Now, here's the thing. If they do what you say to do, all right, you're saying Jalen Hurts, whatever he does this season, at the end of this season, you're sticking with Carson Wentz. And a lot of this is just out there scenario.
I don't know exactly if that's my decision, but I tend to trust 4 years of a track record over 4 games.
So
because
that's okay.
It's too big of a decision.
So let's go with that. Okay, this is one of the first scenarios we'll play out, and that's what we want to talk to everybody out of. How is this going to play out now? What would you do? What do you do? I'm telling you, I feel like, and maybe you disagree, we just leapfrog controversy.
Oh, yeah.
We totally leapfrog quarterback controversy, which is unbelievable to say here in the city of Philadelphia, where we crave quarterback controversy as much as cheesesteaks and cold beer and anything else. That is what it is. But it went to, we need a spark, talking about the Philadelphia Eagles. And then, boom, forget Carson Wentz. It's this guy. So we'll go with your scenario. So we'll go with Jalen Hurts plays out these last couple of games, and he plays par to what he played yesterday and against New Orleans. Enough that you say, wow, this kid's a good quarterback. You get rid of him. You get great draft picks in return. You say Carson's our guy. We're going to get a backup for him, whatever the case may be.
There's another wrinkle in that. Ken Doug and Carson.
Now here
work.
it is. That's my question.
Oh, totally.
Now what?
If you decide Carson Wentz is the guy you want to be your franchise quarterback, then you have to decide, is Doug Peterson our head coach? And there's something weird going on where Doug and any other quarterback have great success here. Doug and Carson, outside of 2017, pretty poor success. So if you decide Wentz is the guy, is Doug the guy? So to me, a franchise quarterback is a harder thing to find than a good coach.
A good offensive coach, too. Someone that can relate. These two are at a total disconnect. I mean, Carson and Doug, it's plainly obvious.
Anymore.
And like when I look at highlights of Carson just from last year, I don't even know who he is anymore.
I know.
I don't know who he is anymore. And that has to go look at the plays yesterday. Now, is it just Jalen Hurts and that his legs are buying more time?
That's
he got sacked 6 times. It is, but I mean, there were guys open. And is Carson missing these guys wide open? That's a part of it, too. But my God, tell me this offense doesn't look a hell of a lot different. And look, my minimal mind says it can't only be because of Jalen Hurts. It can't be. This play calling is vastly different. You're seeing multiple different things, whether they work or not, with jet sweeps or fake jet sweeps and fake pitches one way and roll the other way.
And that's why the Doug Peterson question becomes so important, because where the hell was that the first 12 weeks of this year?
Yeah,
or is Carson refusing? Like, we don't know that answer.
No, we don't. We're not inside a huddle. How many times does Carson Wentz change a play? I don't know. Does he not follow what the rules are?
I'm not using that as an excuse, but it's such an undeniable difference between Eagles without Carson and Eagles with Carson, and seemingly the play calling that comes with it.
Yeah.
It's so undeniably different that you go, well, why wouldn't Doug just try that with Carson?
Yeah, and look, now the reemergence of a Greg Ward. You have Quez Watkins making a play yesterday. He made a play.
That was the most speed I've seen from an Eagles wideout in years.
It was also one of the worst defensive plays I've ever seen from a corner. Why he went to the inside instead of staying outside was ridiculous. But
we'll
Quez Watkins, he makes a play. They need points, and they have Travis Fulgham in the game. Alshon Jeffrey all of a sudden can catch the ball a little bit. Why? Because he has a quarterback that's kind of going to him.
Yeah.
You know, Jalen Hurts is showing confidence. You had Peterson get, 3 pass interferences yesterday simply because Jalen Hurts has confidence enough to throw a ball up and his receivers to go and get it. Not something you saw from Carson Wentz. There's no question Carson Wentz needs to be fixed. But
I just don't know
that?
if he can be fixed here.
Yeah.
That's my concern.
Is it past that? I mean, have you found the guy? Like, I'm the whoa. Guys, calm down. Calm down. It's 2 games and 1 quarter against Green Bay.
Yeah.
They have been really fun to watch. I think it's exasperated a little bit because the offense was so
totally
horrible.
The baseline is very low of your expectations at this point. But let us not forget in this town, Bobby Hoyne had a 6-game stretch where we thought he was going to lead us for the next 15 years. Jeff Garcia had 6-game stretches where we're like, do we throw it all away for Jeff Garcia?
Exactly.
It's a small sample size.
It is.
And things can be figured out. If you were basing whether or not to give Travis Fulgham a contract extension after 4 games, you would have given him good money. And then he disappeared. So my only point is it's a small sample size. That's a scary thing to hitch your wagon to a guy's 4 games.
Oh, no question about it.
And that it's such a complicated situation.
It is. And the only thing that you said that I'll disagree with a little bit was when you were saying Carson's a baby, he doesn't want the I don't know if that's the case. If it is the case that he came out,
going
here's
to
what I'll say.
Schefter is highly concerning to me. Because
I don't know if he went to Schefter.
You're just assuming he went to Schefter as if Schefter doesn't have any other sources.
Why would the Eagles leak that?
He's literally said to us, Schefter said it on air, that he was going to look into this, look into Carson Wentz's feelings on the issue.
And Carson Wentz's people said they
and
want
you're
out.
just assuming.
Why would how does that behoove the Eagles?
There's no one
to
in the
leak
Eagles
that
facility.
information?
There's no one in the Eagles facility.
How does that help them?
No one in their facility.
You are not answering my question. Why does that benefit the Eagles?
Sometimes people, like if I were checking in on it, I might talk to a player in the locker room, a couple players in the locker room, and them saying, yeah, I'm getting the feeling he doesn't want a competition. He wants out of here. Like Shefty doesn't, assume anything, but there could have been some players that said it about him.
I don't see. Well, one,
you don't see the honesty in saying, yeah, the
I
former
understand he's
quarterback is not happy. You don't see that.
You don't see why he'd want to force his way out by going to Adam Schefter? Like,
no.
The Eagles are devaluing an asset if they leak that story on themselves.
No, I don't really think he wants to move.
Yes,
I think
he
he'd
does.
rather stay here.
He
This is what I
wants
mean. Like,
out.
you're just assuming all of a sudden that he wants out. He went to Schefter, he cried, and
Dude,
blah, blah, blah.
he was pissed off when they took Jalen Hurts. He imploded
Why
on
wouldn't he be?
I'm not saying that he shouldn't be, but it's pretty clear.
This is normal. The only
guy
thing that you're
wants
saying,
out.
the only thing you're saying that it's not normal is him whining to Schefter. Because as Bob said, he's never once quit on the field. He's never done any of that.
That's great.
But it's
They're two different
way
things.
more believable that Schefter went to a source in the Eagles and said, "Yo, what's Carson Wentz feeling like right now?" And he said, "Yeah, probably not happy."
Yeah,
that's
I don't,
way more believable.
All right, let's go on the end of what you said, that it doesn't behoove the team to let it out. It doesn't really behoove Carson Wentz to
unless
do
he
it at
wants
this
out.
point. Yeah, but I mean, with 3 games, this isn't the time. His agent wouldn't tell him like, "Yeah, dude, run with that."
I don't know.
Or if he went, I really believe it. Like he
wants out.
All it does is make him look bad. So like, why would you do? I'm sorry, his agent
Because he
has
wants
to
out
be
that bad.
But nothing can happen
James,
right
does he
now.
want out? You haven't made that clear. Does he want out?
Pat, this is not a good way to start the day for us, so let's relax.
But I'll be the calm guy here because I said I was playing devil's advocate.
I'm very
I just
calm.
don't. Yeah, I know. I just don't.
You were not calm.
I just don't know if having his agent say something at this point.
Who said it was his agent? It could
Or
be his
anybody.
brother, somebody in his
Well,
camp.
then you're
you're
really just looking for something that way. I just think. Look, they all get together. Do they talk? Look, I've seen it 1,000 times, up close, personal. Talk to agents, talk to players. Something like this happens. They think, all right, what's the best course of action? Hey, dude, play the good guy. Let's not say a word. Let's not disrupt the boat. It doesn't do you any good. It doesn't. You have your money coming in. We'll take care of it when the season's over. I really don't think stirring the pot right now is in his best interest, and I would think those surrounding him know that also.
I think Carson Wentz and Doug Peterson are looking to run for the hills. I think that's how bad of a situation it is down there.
You think both of them? All right, we'll put it this way.
Domowich's story came out Friday, and then Carson's story comes out Sunday, and both have said that they'd more or less be happy elsewhere.
Who said?
the sources in Domowich's story Friday said that Doug Peterson almost wouldn't mind being let go because he knows he can get another job and wouldn't have to deal with the Laurie Roseman dynamic.
Oh,
And
wow.
now-
I didn't see that part in all
and
honesty.
now Sunday, Wentz is it's coming out from whoever it's coming from that he might be more happy elsewhere. I think these two are they want out. I mean, that's what I gather from this weekend of news stories.
Yeah. Well, it's all the dynamic that is the Philadelphia Eagles.
And that points to one man, Howie Roseman.
Yeah, well, Jeffrey Lurie hasn't even thought of getting rid of him.
Oh,
So.
that's a disaster.
Yeah, so plenty of Eagles talk today. You see how emotional Jamie and Pat are about this.
I'm
me
not
too.
emotional. He's just pissing me off.
Well,
You're
that's
pissing
emotion.
me off.
Well, you're pissing me off.
You want to go? We break in about a minute.
All right, watch your calves, James. So that's all the talk today. You have as much passion as we do. 610-632-0975. We ask you, where are you on this whole quarterback situation? I can't even call it a controversy because we leapfrogged it. D, Jerry, and Eric, hold on. We'll get with you right after the break. Bob Cooney here with Jamie Lynch, Pat Egan. Time at the Fanatic.